Coach, so last year the Michigan game was kind of a crazy affair here. What do you remember from that game? Like, does it stick out in your mind?
Yeah, I just remember obviously watching a lot of film. It brought back memories getting ready for this game. But I remember the incredible shot making on both teams. Certainly Trey made some huge ones. But if you look at their team, I mean, Irvin and Albrecht equally, and Dawkins, equally had some amazing shots down the stretch. And it was a crazy game because I felt like we had it won a couple times, they had it won a couple times, and both teams just kept fighting back. And fortunately, we were able to get enough plays there down the stretch to come away with the win.
So you guys faced Purdue in your last game. They're a big team, and they got you guys inside.
Yeah.
Michigan's kind of a different challenge. They spread you out, go small, and kind of attack you with shooting.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that's a better matchup for you?
Well, they both present different challenges. Certainly Purdue's physicality and size put a lot of pressure on us with fouls, with offensive rebounds, with post-up opportunities, but they also have some guys you can kind of help from, whereas Michigan puts all shooters on the floor and they spread you out, and they're really good with how they run their stuff. And if you make mistakes, they make you pay. And there's really not, guys you can help off that you can give extra help from. And so that's gonna really test our defense to be able to communicate, stay with shooters, try to defend the three-point line well, and in turn also then defend the drive, because when you're that spread out, it gives guys like Walton, Irvin, the opportunity, Rockman, to break you down off the dribble and get into your paint.
Sure.
Recently talked about still having playing for a good season. Have you gotten specific in terms of what that means?
Yeah, I think right now our main focus, we've had this week, to kind of get our legs, get our minds right. It gave the guys a few days off after our last game to just kind of get refreshed a little bit. And what we've really talked about is these last 2 weeks, there's about 5 teams that are all bunched up in the league standings. I think between 8 and 12, everybody's within 3 games. And, we feel like, we could finish 12th if we don't handle our business, or if we handle our business, we could finish as high as 8. And so I think just seeing it on paper, kind of where things are at now, you don't really talk about the league standings throughout the year, but it's something that we brought out yesterday just to kind of show the guys, look, this is the last 2 weeks, the last 4 games. We have 4 opportunities we can do one of each. Either way, you can fight and dig down and work your way up the ladder, or you can move down. And I think that's our league is so bunched up with teams that there's still a lot to be determined.
Do you think that having something to play for, which whatever that may be, if it's whatever tournament that may be, does that add pressure? Does it subtract?
Yeah, I hope it's exciting, because when you grow your program and get to that point, that's part of life. Like, you're going to play games in February and March, you have to win. So we have to learn. We're going to have to learn to play those kind of games. So, if we're still scared off by pressure of having a chance to go 500 in our league, or win 20 games, or make a postseason tournament, or there's a lot of things out there on the line, then we still have a long way to go mentally. And to me, obviously it's a great opportunity playing a really good team on the road. They're fighting for their lives as well for the postseason. Should be a great environment. They're going to be really ready to play. It's a really good barometer for our team to see where we're at.
Coach Donnell has had a couple of games for them recently. What have you seen from him work-wise?
Yeah, well, he's a really skilled big guy. He's kind of the prototypical beeline big, where he can pop out on the floor and hit threes, go inside and score. He was tremendous in the Maryland game, and they had him out on the floor against Maryland's big guys, and they lost him repeatedly. He made shots, he drove the ball, he finished everything off of penetration, and you could see his confidence is sky high. He's still a young player. So it adds a weapon to their arsenal when you have their center now who can play all over the court and give them the kind of production he has.
Alex had a couple good games against Michigan last year. What do you see? Is it just matchup-wise?
Well, he was able to get really good position against them. He got deep post position in those games. We fed him. We got him the ball early. before the help was able to get down there. He was able to go right into his moves. I think he was confident. He had played well in the first game, then I think that carried over to the second game, and hopefully it will carry over into the next game, which is tomorrow. And we need Alex's production. There's no question about it. If our guards can play well, Alex gives us a post presence, and we can get complementary scoring out of some of our wings like Lindsay and Falzone, Sanjay here and there. Skelly's giving us good minutes. That's what makes us at our best, and we need all those guys going in order to win a big game like this.
What have you seen from Gavin lately? It seems like he's started settling in and getting into the flow.
I think his confidence has really grown. We've always seen the skill set and the athleticism. I mean, it's there. I think as a young player, he's still been just kind of figuring out where he fits, how he fits, what he can do. And these last couple games have been great because it's all come together for him, and he's seen the kind of impact he can have with his energy. And he's a skilled player. I think that's the thing that's real underrated about Gavin. He's got three-point range on his shot. He's an excellent passer. He's a physical forward that can match up with some of the athletes in our league. And it's exciting to see his improvement as we head into our future.
Speaking of Alex's parents,
it's awesome.
For the first time. Have you talked to him about that? I mean,
yes.
And what has he said? I mean, what kind of emotions has he kind of expressed to you?
Well, he's an emotional guy, so I know it's going to mean a lot for him. This is something that we've talked about as far as a year ago. His family, his biological parents back in Romania have never been over here in his 4 years. He's got a wonderful host family in Indiana that's taking great care of him, and he lived with them his senior year in high school. But his parents have never seen this environment, and it was very important for me that Alex could get on this real early and get the visas and get everything in place that his parents could come over and see what Northwestern has meant to Alex. See how much he loves it, see how much the people here love him. And, it makes me emotional because I think it's just going to be a great thing. His parents don't follow a lot of basketball. They watch his games. So I think from a playing perspective, I don't think it's going to be added pressure.
Right.
Because I don't think that's not really the pressure they put on him. But I think for him to have his folks come here is a great thing. They'll be here on senior night. And I can't wait to meet him myself. I mean, I've been trying to learn some Romanian. It hasn't gone that great, but I'm hoping I can work on it a little better so I can have a good conversation with them when they're here.
When you were a collegiate athlete, and his experience has probably been a lot different. Like when he committed here, he had no idea what he was even getting into.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, having been a collegiate athlete yourself, going through the experience that he's gone through, being away from home and just kind of being in a new place?
No, and he comes in his freshman year, and then after his freshman year, he's has a coaching change, and all of a sudden now you've trusted a staff and had relationships, and now there's a whole new group of people coming in. And I admire Alex we've talked about it all the time, the growth that he's made in every area since I've known him. Since his freshman year, the growth he's made as a player, the work he's put in to become better on the floor, and then the growth he's made as a kid, and now being a man. He's become a good leader. I've said it a million times, like when I first got here, he was a kid that was very unsure of himself. He would walk around a lot with his head down. And what I love now is when he comes into a room, his chest is out, his head is up. He's very confident in who he is and what he's become. And those are the things that really make me the most proud about Alex.